Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Wise Guys BBQ Podcast. I'm Charlie. This is my strong side, Vin Picaro, and we have got another great interview. We've got Starla's from Starla, Sinister Smoke, who is coming off a huge weekend. And why don't you tell us what's going to happen there, Vince?
Well, we're going to jump right into the interview. I'm not going to bore you guys, but what's amazing, and I want to thank everybody who gives us all great kudos about this. Kids Q is killing it. Right, we love following Kids Q. There's so much going on with these kids, and they're not just winning in Kids Q; they're winning as competing against adults, and that's what we're going to hear all about. We got her dad's on the interview with us, Scott from Sticks and Stones BBQ, who's a fantastic guy, and which I found out in this interview this time that he's got a whole family behind him. He's
Crazy.
got an older brother and older
Starla's older brother.
Starla's older brother, sorry.
Sister,
yep.
yeah.
And older sister. So siblings are in it. There's 5 of them that cook because Scott cooks with his wife. And it's just fantastic. So, I mean, you're going to enjoy this. Let's just get into it, I think.
I'm in.
All right. Hey, folks, welcome Starla and Scott MacDonald. Scott is from Sticks and Stones BBQ, and Starla is from Starla Sinister Smoke. Did I get it? All right.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome. And we're here to talk about all your recent activities the last 3 weeks. I know you've been killing it in the SCA competitions at the National Barbecue Festival. You came in second place and punched your World Championship ticket. We want to hear all about that, Starla. What can you tell us?
So I decided not to do a practice steak because I was talking to Riley from Steak Princess, and her mom were saying how like most of the time they don't do practices. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. And so I didn't do a practice, and I guess it worked out.
Yeah.
Looks
Normally
like
I
it.
do. I know. It was the one time I haven't done a practice and it actually worked. But I was really nervous about it. Just everything wasn't going right in my brain at least, so I was like very out of it. And I went over to fill the grill and I was like complaining a bunch of how much I hated my steak and how ugly it was and all this stuff. And he told me that it was all going to be okay and it would all play out.
Sure.
So I just had to keep remembering that in my head. And then when we got to awards, I was sitting next to my dad, and I was saying how much I hated my steak to him too. I was still going on about it hours later because I was so angered about how it was going.
Yeah.
And he asked me what my steak ticket or what my ticket was, like my ticket number, and I wouldn't tell him it, but then he told me that I had to tell him because it was good luck.
Oh.
Which, if you know me, I don't tell anybody like what I'm making or anything. Whenever people come over for when I'm doing like kids or ancillaries and they ask me what I'm making, you won't get it out of me. I tell you I have to kill you if I tell you, and then everybody walks away. So I didn't tell. I had to tell him because if it was good luck, I needed the good luck.
Scott, was that a true story? Is it good luck, or
worked
did you
out.
just get the number from her?
It is. Yeah, Lindsay and I argue about that all the time. You want to hold it, but I little superstitions like that keep us going. So Lindsay and I always give each other a sneak peek of what the last 4 of the ticket is, and so it was kind of the same as when we were down in Georgia a couple weeks before that, and she wasn't super excited about her steak, but she ended up doing very, very well considering there was like 4 world champions there. It was a stacked field.
Right.
And Starla, remind me, you pulled off like an 11th place? Or
I think
13th?
It was 13th.
You pulled off a 13th.
That's awesome.
Against 30 other cooks that are, again, the last 2 years worth of points champions were there. The last 2 years of overall champions were there. Plus champions before that. It was just an incredibly stacked field, and she just has a natural cooking ability, but everybody gets in your head. You always get in your own head,
Right.
Especially if you don't think you put out 100%, right? So
Right.
I think leading up to the New York cook, she had a lot going for her. She remembered what she did and what she didn't do down in Georgia, and she felt comfortable enough to put out a really good steak, even though she didn't think she did. And I think that's also a little superstition. It's always, I hate my steak. Oh, look, you won. Oh, my brisket sucked. Oh, look, you won. It's right. If you fall in love with what you had, that's usually when you're going to get disappointed. So
definitely, absolutely.
She did pretty darn good.
Yeah, talk to me about the choice that you made not to do a practice steak. What was the thought behind that?
Well, so when I was talking to Riley Wright and her mom, and they were just saying how like sometimes you do your best when you're not overthinking it. So I tried not to overthink it because normally when I'm doing my practice steak and it doesn't go right how I want it to, I get all in my head about it even more. And then I think, like, oh, I'm going to mess this up when I do it for real. So I just wanted, and I was already stressed out enough with everything that was going on because it was pouring. It was so much going on. So I just decided to go simple, and I just didn't do a practice one. And I guess it worked out. I mean, it's the first time I haven't done a practice steak, I think, in all of my cooking career, but
Wow.
it
So
worked out.
take me through that. So you get to pick out 2 steaks, right, that are supplied by the competition, and one is for you to practice and one is for you to turn in. You basically
Yeah.
cook them both and pick one to turn in. Gotcha. Okay. That's interesting. So you just went with the first one. You said, this is it. This is my turn in. And
Yeah.
good.
It's like having, your best
Yep.
golf swing is always your practice swing, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
I was going to
Mhm.
say that because I just got home from golfing, and I don't like doing practice swings because I'm going to waste a good one.
Yeah.
You know, so I just
So
get up there
true.
and hit the damn. I don't.
So true.
That's funny. So
Yeah,
what's coming?
same thing.
So in Georgia, what was that? 3 weeks ago, you said?
Georgia was,
Around, yeah.
Georgia was I think 5 weeks ago at this
Okay.
point.
So what's
But yeah,
and is that what you guys are trying to do now? You're trying to get on a more national scale of SCA tournaments, or what's going on next?
No, we did that. We did the, Lindsay and I traveled for a couple of years doing, and I think we did 26 states in 2 years, including Alaska. This one was Riley, who Starla already mentioned as her rub sponsor, and she graduated high school, and then at her graduation party, she also wanted to have an SCA steak cook-off. So we went down there to support her for both her contest and her graduation party, and that was Starla's gift for doing good in school. She got all A's and B's, so that was her present for the year, was going down and missing one of her days of school to go down and cook down in Georgia.
Oh,
And
congratulations!
it was hot.
And a nice little gift. Good job on the A's and B's too. makes a big difference.
Awesome. Starla, tell us about your team. Did you cook with it, and how that got set up? You said you had an all teenage girl team?
Yeah, so for Long Island, we wanted to do something with Riley. So we incorporated my team and her team. So me, her, and Sabrina, we all teamed up, and it was convenient that we all are comfortable with a different meat, so it was helpful because I always do chicken and Sabrina always does ribs. So Riley decided to do pork. So we all helped each other out, obviously, which is a major part of teamwork, is communicating with each other and working together to get a certain input that you want. So we all helped each other throughout trimming process, executing like when we're boxing and everything for turn in and all of that. So it was really fun. It was a great experience, although it was raining bullets outside. I think it rained literally the whole time we were cooking. And the first thing in the morning, I stepped outside and I was standing under the tent, and the tent popped and it went all down my back and all over my shirt and my hair.
Not a fun way to start the
that
day.
woke me up.
Yeah, that'll
woke me
wake you
up.
up,
No.
right?
It was crazy. It was actually really fun to watch, right? Because I was dry, but you had 30-ish teams from all over the country, and there was these 3 teenage girls under a tent in the pouring rain. Everyone else is in trailers, and we're in our camper, and we have we're prepping in a covered kitchen as most other people were, and there's these 3 girls in the pouring rain. At one point, the tent shifted, and it dumped water all over the girls while Sabrina was putting rub on her ribs, and it washed all the rub off. Her bottles of rubs were full of water, all caked up. I mean,
Jesus.
this would have been I would have lost my mind, and almost everyone I cook with and know would have lost their minds when this happened. It just, I mean, talk about a total setback. It ruins your whole timeline, everything. These girls didn't skip a beat. They literally dug the goopy rub out of the bottles,
mojo's gone.
and they
exactly.
were just
they
like
just got to
hand cascading the rub on the ribs, and got everything sent. And the girls walked third in ribs. After that, I mean, it's just a testament to what they did. All day long with the rain and just being out in the elements as teenagers against full-blown adults. Again, world champions, people that traveled from Arizona, South Carolina, Texas. I mean, Warren G was there, from crying out loud, from California, and these girls just took it to him. It was pretty neat to watch. It was pretty neat to watch.
Pretty impressive. That was my next question. You guys were the youngest team by far. Were you guys the only teenagers involved?
Yeah.
There was little Gringa. She's a 13-year-old girl from Texas whose parents drive her around quite a bit down south and out west. And I mean, they showed up from Texas pulling a big offset smoker, and she brought it down too. She also did very, very well.
Yeah.
So yeah, the teenagers really shined at this event big time.
That's great.
That is great. I'm a firm believer good things happen to good people. So, and 90% of it's showing up. So good job sticking through the rain and I mean, I couldn't imagine if all your rubs and spices were just soaked out, because that would just throw a wrench in my brain. Like, is it the same complex, right? How do you know?
So yeah, you didn't fall apart at all. There wasn't like
it was rough. It was rough.
There wasn't a moment where you wanted to like throw everything out into the middle of the competition, just say, forget it, I can't do it. You just powered through.
There was.
Oh, there was.
I mean, there was. At one point, I took my shoes off because my shoes were soaking wet, and it was puddles upon puddles. So I took my shoes off, and I put my dad's shoes on, which were like 4 sizes too big. So.
I hope you got some pictures of that, Scott. That would probably look funny as heck.
A little bit.
All right, so what's next? What's
next? The dynamic of it. So we have coming up, we have the New England Steak Championship, followed by the Connecticut Barbecue competition that we're doing in Somers, Connecticut, not this weekend, but next weekend. So we have an SCA competition on Friday and a KCBS competition on Saturday and a KCBS on Sunday. So it's a big weekend for myself and, of course, my family, because all my kids are going to be there cooking. But myself and Jeff Mullen from Fat Kids and Lindsay, we have our little association called New England Barbecue Association, and this is our big annual fundraiser / cook-off. It's going to be a really, really good time.
Great. You said all your kids. You have other kids that cook?
Yeah, so I have 2 older children. I have a son and another daughter, and my son he won one of the SCA contests that we did, our first one that we did. He won it, and he came in third place, I think, this year with us down at the Shed in Mississippi.
Awesome.
With steak, and he's done pretty well with the ancillaries. He's done really good with his pizzas that we do every year at the SCA competition. And then Starla's older sister, my daughter Haley, she's planning on throwing her hat in the ring, so to speak, and trying her hand at the spam ancillary that we're doing.
Oh, great.
So yeah.
So it's got to be a lot of fun for your whole family. That's great.
Oh, absolutely.
Fun having your siblings around, Starla?
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
I don't get to see them much because of our age gap. So whenever I can have quality time with them, especially doing something that my whole family loves doing, it's always super exciting getting to do whatever I can.
That's fantastic.
Scott, did everybody just fall in? The whole family just bought into barbecue, and I mean, there was nobody said, "Yeah, that's not for me, Dad. I'm going to go play bass in the band."
Right. I mean, like Starla, I think was kind of, so by the time I got into any type of competition cooking with Lindsay, it was, my older 2 are older. They're, they were in college and or out of college already at that point. So Starla was like the guinea pig. She was little and kind of would do anything we said to do. And when we found Kids Q, it was like, all right, you're going to do a pork chop. And we just threw her in and saw if she could swim, and You find out real quick if they, number one, they have to want to do it. We love Kids Q and we love promoting it. Obviously, we love doing whatever. We've sponsored it. We've taken part of it wherever we can. The worst thing you can do is force a child into doing it. If they don't want to do it, don't make them do it.
Right.
You know,
right.
let them go run around. If they don't want to cook, don't make them cook. But if they want to cook, let them cook.
Sure.
And to me, that's the rules of Kids Q. Starla wanted to cook, so we guided her along. We help her with her ideas. We make her at least do one practice just to get the freedom of her creation, right? And then it's hers. And other than advice from afar, we don't do anything. It's a kid cooking, win, lose, or draw. I don't care if it's last place or first place or anywhere in between. She's already winning because she's doing it, and she's doing it by herself.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
And there's a lot of kids out there that are the same way, and they might not have this level of success. There's a couple of kids out there that are cooking that, don't get second or first almost every time, like Starla and Sabrina seem to. They're seasoned at this point. There's other kids that are coming up, and they're going to give a go at it, but they're still coming. That last place or the fifth place behind fourth, it doesn't stop their momentum. It should make them hungrier. And you see there's a couple out there, they're constantly posting what they're cooking on Instagram, and they're getting through it by themselves with just a little bit of guidance and support from their parents. And that to me is what's the important part.
Yep.
It really is.
And it's easy to say, don't force them to do something. But I mean, how many times have you seen where, kids, they don't want to play baseball, but the parents are, ramming it down their throat to go to practice every day, and they just don't enjoy it. So kudos to you. It's easy to say, but a lot of times it's not easy to actually do that, and that's a great attitude.
Absolutely. There's the old the kids are living vicariously through or whatever the parents are through their kids, and that happens a lot with sports. And at the same time, barbecue, as everybody knows, it's a big, expensive commitment.
Sure is.
Especially if you're able to cook every weekend or every other weekend, and if you have kids, are they there with you, and is it enough for them just to be there and they can have whatever fun they're able to have, or do you need them to be a part of it in order to kind of make it seem okay in your mind that you're spending every weekend not at home? I wonder sometimes if forcing that is good or bad.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a tough call.
You're away from home. If they're out there just running around having fun, then don't make them cook.
Right.
But if they're hanging around the grill and they're asking questions, let them cook.
Yep.
Usually with a kids queue, right? It's 13, you get aged out. So now you're cooking with adults, or you're not cooking, right?
Yeah. In SCA, they age out at 13. In KCBS and NEBS, I believe it's 16.
Okay.
I think they can come through 16 years old there. That doesn't mean they can't cook. Like they can cook NEBS without, and still be under the child thing. So I think we talked about it last year. They're able to, like her and Sabrina, they can cook a NEBS to meat under their team Smoke Sisters. But if there's a kids event as well, they could split up and they could still do the kids event as long as it's not like a meat, right? It can't be like, it couldn't be a ribs kid event.
Right.
They're already cooking as a team, but they could, and they've done it. They've gone and cooked their two meat and then competed against each other in muffin or dessert or whatever the case were.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
Gotcha.
So are you guys, what's next? I'm going to say what's next, and I was going to compound that with, are you going to Cora Cares?
Last year when we did Cora, me and Sabrina, we won the rib auction, and we got the highest bid, which was, I think it was by Geoff Mullen. It was like $401 or something like that.
$505. I remember it like it was yesterday.
He was there.
I was there, and it was 500. You guys did a great job hustling that tray of ribs, and Jeff bought it for $505. It was amazing.
So the Humphrey said that they would pay for our entry fee
Oh,
for
nice.
the rib auction. So me and Sabrina are really excited about that. We've been talking about it, and we're just trying to figure out what else we're gonna do, because we both did the kids ancillary, which was the hot dogs.
Yep.
So we just have to figure out how to balance everything out, because we really want to focus on the ribs this year and try to do better than we did.
All right.
and
I don't know how.
maybe get
But Jeff goes out and gets a loan or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, not only did you guys get the highest bid, but you guys walked in ribs as well. Do you remember what you got in ribs?
I can't remember.
I mean, you got called top 10 anyway. I don't remember what it was, but this is the thing. They're beating
good.
on grown adults over here. It's kind of fun to watch.
Any pushback? Any pushback from any of from the grown adults?
No.
No, they love it.
No,
They enjoy
they
it.
love it.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
You
can see
you
them
girls,
on their
you girls are
toes.
good girls. They support you all the way. And
Sure.
That's awesome.
They do. It's great. I love the barbecue community for that because you see how excited, like, especially I get, but me and Sabrina get when we get called.
Yep.
And when we're walking back from the stage or wherever, all of the people, you just see how happy and like proud they are because I mean, even if they're not getting called, they're seeing how excited we are and how much passion we have for this. So
That's it.
they just get excited to see us and like I literally sometimes I cry when I do so good. And at at Long Island when I won, I like jumped up and I started crying and my shoes came off and then I was walking back and a few people came up to me and said that they started crying because they saw how excited I was. So it's a great community and I love seeing how other people care for
Yep.
the people in the community. It's
Right.
great.
So the ancillary in Cora this year is blueberries, right?
Is it?
Yeah.
It's
I
something.
think,
Yeah, something
I think it's
weird.
blueberries.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weird.
Gonna be. What's that?
Why do you say weird?
Well, I don't know. I have blueberries. I don't think barbecue blueberries. I'm funny like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it gives me something because I feel like sometimes you get sick of barbecue. Like when
Yep.
you think about it, you want to do something else.
Yep.
And which is why I love being able to do the kids' cues and stuff like that because I get a break from doing just repetitive the
Right.
same thing over and over again. So I love when it gives you like a random category. Like my dad's doing spam. Like you wouldn't think about doing something like that. So
Sure.
it's exciting when you get something that there's just a wide variety of things that you could do. Like blueberries, you literally could do anything,
Sure.
Mhm.
which is great because hopefully, I mean, when you have a wide category too, sometimes you'll think that you have this like amazing idea and then everybody does it. So it all depends.
Yep. I
It
understand.
happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
Well, actually, Vinny, we talked about our SCA coming up. You took the judging class 2 years ago, didn't you?
I did. Were you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
The
met
beginning
you, yeah.
of last year, I did do that in Connecticut.
Yeah.
That was my first fumble into this blogging and
remember.
vlogging, and I knew how
Yeah.
to meet people in the community. So I am a
Yep.
judge, and I haven't judged the competition. I
You should
truly
sign
went.
up. We need judges.
Yeah.
We
I
need
really.
judges.
I could do that. I could definitely do that. I'll check in again and get going on that. It's but truly, I wasn't doing it just as just of face value. I really wanted to just meet the community. I met a lot of great people up
Mhm.
there. I didn't realize I met you, but it was great
Yeah.
to meet. Yeah,
That was
Well, I didn't know
that
any-
was the
she-
first one we threw.
Starla's
Yeah.
laughing at me. I knew no one. I knew zero Starla. I knew.
Yeah.
I didn't even know. I knew what steak was. That was about it.
I still
Yeah.
go to my dad sometimes after people come up to me and I'll be like, what was their name? Like who is that? 'Cause
Yeah.
you know them, but you don't know them at the same time. It's
Sure.
hard. There's so many people from so many places. It's hard to remember everybody.
Yep.
So I
Yeah,
get what you
so
mean.
for sure. I mean, we're still fumbling our way through. We're year 2 now, and it's difficult because we love competitors, we love competitions, we love going and interacting. But honestly, for our base value, because we don't know everybody, like you just mentioned, we don't know barbecue data, stats. Sometimes it gets a little nutty because we might say the wrong thing or we might mention the wrong team members, and you'd be surprised how people get a little bummed out when that happens.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
we don't. We of course we do it out of just the love of barbecue and folks like you, because there is nobody like competitors. The amount of money that you invest, the amount of time that you invest to go up there to get that plaque or to get those points is just amazing. I mean, it's nowhere compared to
The only thing I can compare it to is youth hockey. where you're constantly, every year you have to buy new equipment because they grow out of it.
Yeah.
It's just such a massive investment.
Sure.
And it's just,
it really is. And it's,
and you're doing it by 5, right? You got to pay for all those kids.
Pretty much. I mean, at this point, so, my son, he's 28. He pays for his own. Starla and her team, they won some money in Long Island. So that's sitting in my Venmo and that's going to pay for,
Fair enough.
I mean, coming up, we have our SCA, right? So that's a double steak. I don't know if she's going to cook 1 or 2. I don't know if she's going to do ancillaries. Oh, you know what we're doing that's really fun there? So we have the steak cook-off on Saturday.
Okay.
We have a pizza ancillary and the anything spam ancillary. And then we have a free ancillary that's not tied with SCA or the KCBS. It's just for fun. It's for trying to get some teams just together to do some fun. Because we have a potluck that we do. We have a band playing. So we're doing anything marshmallow ancillary.
Oh, nice.
12 team maximum. Anything marshmallow, anything goes, open platter. It's a winner take all prize. And we're actually having all the kids that are there for Kids Q, they're judging.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome.
Great idea.
So all the kids that they're usually getting judged and they're working their tails off. They get to sit in the judging seat this time and judge.
Turn the tables on them.
Tables. Let them see how it feels. Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing.
Great idea.
So that's what we're doing on Saturday. And then of course Sunday's the KCBS and the Kids Q event for that is anything sliders. So any type of slider, again, open container, anything goes. They can be as creative as they want to be without the restrictions of a small 9x9 styrofoam box.
Yep.
And it's going to be a really, really fun weekend. And it's the end of the Northeast Triple Crown. It's when we're going to crown whoever's got the points.
Yeah.
Right? There's 11 teams right now currently that have cooked the first 2. And nobody's out of the race because anybody can have a good day and anybody can have a bad day.
Sure.
So
and you cooked those under Sticks and Stones? You didn't. You did. Okay. And where are you guys from? Are you New Hampshire, Vermont? Where are you?
No, we're right on the border of Massachusetts and Connecticut.
Okay.
So were you when you took the judging class in Summers, or I'm sorry, in Enfield? I live in Enfield, so we're 5 minutes from where you were when you took that class.
Oh, thank you for that. Excellent.
Good charcoal, and then steak princess, and my dad.
And your dad. And your dad. And Daddy Warbucks over there.
Daddy.
Oh yeah.
Daddy no bucks.
Awesome.
To double on what she said, the Good Charcoal Company, they've taken incredibly good care of us over the past 4 years. They keep on pushing hard, taking care of the teams. They've become a pretty big name in this area and across the country for some competition teams. And then we have Aces Wild and Wicked Pig and Fire Cups. So we have some really good people behind us. We have a butcher shop that helps us out with meat. We have a lovely family in Texas that helps us out with traveling expenses. We're very, very blessed with who we've partnered with for this endeavor. So it makes things just a little bit easier sometimes.
Good for you guys.
To get through everything.
You definitely got it, nailed down. All right, guys.
All right.
Well, I truly appreciate you all. Thank you. All right.
Thank you, guys.
Pleasure.
Take care. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Wasn't that fantastic? It's so nice just to get, exhilarated by her emotions. She is such a great kid, and she is so highly involved with everything she does emotionally. Right? She was telling you about those cooks in the rain. It's just amazing what she does and how she gets through it. SCA is her calling, I guess. She's killing it with steaks. And keep going, Starla. We'd love to keep following you on that.
That it was just that could have gone so wrong for her at that competition.
Oh,
it
God.
had the potential of being a disaster.
Yeah, it was pouring
and
rain.
Yet she showed the intestinal fortitude and the competitive spirit to just power through it. And listen, you could tell Dad was proud of her, right?
Oh yeah, because he lets her cook. There's no doubt. She's on point. She enjoys it. He doesn't get in her way. She cooks. And in that storm, what I would have done to screw it up immediately was, she made mention after the tent dropped water on her and flooded not only her product that she's like, you're on point, right? You got timelines to meet. Yep. So you're on point. You're trying to make your timeline, and now you're redoing. Oh, God, your process is out the window. And everything in your consistency of cook is your process. So your process is out the window. You got to recover. But where I would have screwed up is she flooded, well, not she did, but
Mother Nature.
the heavens of God flooded her damn components of recipes.
Yeah,
so
her
now
spice rubs and everything.
So I would have been compensating. I would have been doubling, patting it down, oven and everything to say, this is not how it comes out of the bottle. What do I do? How do I fix it? And I would have screwed it up. But just for her to recover from that and score as high as she did is amazing. So
crazy stuff.
Yeah, thank you, Starla. Thank you, Scott. You guys are tremendous. Can't wait to do this again with you. We'll check back in a month to see how things are going. Maybe when we have Riley and Sabrina on with you, I think that would be a great.
That's gold.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Thanks for another great week of barbecue. Get out there.
Keep cooking.
Take care.
Adios.